Okay, we're going to hold. People on hold here, company. Right. For those of you who were at Melrose after the storm, you may remember this guy because he came and greeted you and walked with you for days after that storm. This is Senator Bernie Sanders, and he is here to talk to you about SASH. And we thought this was a great place for him to come and that you were the people to see.
Let me introduce, where's David? David is here. David is a staffer. David is now a Vermont State Director, but he worked very, very hard, dealing with the federal government and all the regulations and bureaucracy to help make the project possible. David, thank you for what you did. All right, so I want to talk about SASH, but I want to talk about anything that is on your mind, but I am also aware that it is a dangerous thing to interrupt a bingo game. Is that correct?
No, we're fine.
One time, many years ago, I was up in Lindenville. I'll never forget it. And I'm talking away, and somebody says, "We're hungry. When is he going to shut up?" I never forgot that. So I hope you're not hungry. All right, but I don't want to disturb the bingo game. All right, listen, just a couple of things. How are things working out here? You like it?
Yes.
Good place?
Wonderful.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, well, we're trying against difficult odds to build this type of housing all over our state and all over this country, because there are a lot of senior citizens, often women, who are living alone, are not getting the kind of attention that they need, are not getting out and seeing other people, not playing bingo, and sometimes life is difficult. So we're trying to build more housing like this, and I'm glad you're enjoying what you have here. Tell me about the SASH program. Who wants to say a few words? Good program?
Yes.
All right, why is it a good program? I know why it is, but why don't you tell me why it is?
It's a very, very good program.
Okay.
Christina does a wonderful job.
All right. All right, why does it make sense? What does it do to you? How does it help?
It helps you whenever you need help.
All right, so you don't have to leave the building to figure out to get to the doctor's office. You got somebody
I'm okay.
right here. Is that correct?
Somebody's here to listen to you, and then they try to help you get them right.
Right.
Where you're
Right.
going.
We need somebody to help us fill out the multiple forms they keep sending us to fill out.
Excellent, okay.
And I think that they're very good because they have the common sense to choose Christine to be in charge of it.
The Christine Fan Club, all right. How much you paying these guys? She guaranteed each one that they would win today at bingo, right? Good politician. Okay, there's a woman named Nancy Eldridge. Does that name mean anything to anybody here? You know Nancy. Nancy helped develop the program. I think it started way up in Burlington, didn't it, some years ago? And it was a very sensible program, just what you said. And that is make a medical worker available on premises to help people fill out forms or to talk about problems or to direct them to where they have to go. All right, who else wants to talk about the SASH program? Other than how great Christina is, that I've heard. What else? Yes, ma'am.
They helped me do the advanced directive,
Okay.
so I can, if something happens to me, then I can have the doctors in the hospital all know
What you want.
what I want.
Hi. Other thoughts about SASH?
It brings people together regularly.
You guys have an exercise program here?
Yes.
You're running the marathon?
Not yet.
So do you have a room where people can work out?
Yes.
Yes.
Upstairs, third
Uh,
floor.
good.
Great room.
Do you enjoy that?
Oh, very much.
Good. All right, so, and you get some help with nutrition and stuff? How do you, what's the food? Do you guys eat together or you cook separately or?
Separately.
Okay. And how do you get your groceries? You go grocery shopping?
Go across the street.
Oh, well, that's great. That's convenient, okay.
Why, are you coming down to go shopping for us?
Yeah, I came all the way to Brattleboro to go shopping for you, right. Okay, what else, what are some above and beyond SESH? Most of you are on Medicare, I assume?
Yes.
How does that work?
For me, it works good.
Okay. So
Enough, but it works.
okay, good.
Yes.
Are you happy with the medical care you're getting? Do you like your doctors? And,
Oh, absolutely. They're up in, and he's up at Grace Cottage.
okay. What about dental care? You get people, I know it's not covered. Is that an issue?
Yes, it is.
They haven't been doctors in 4 years.
Okay,
Nobody stays.
okay,
So I'm waiting for another one to come in.
all right. Yes, ma'am.
Issue. I signed up 3 times for Medicaid in the last 3 years and they denied me. In fact, I'm a little over all of us, a lot of them here can't have you preserved.
You're a little bit over the Medicaid eligibility level?
Yes, yes.
And that's it. And
So much.
All right, let me suggest, David, you have a card? Where'd David go?
I do.
Okay, Sheila has a card. We have an 800 number, and sometimes we can help and sometimes we can't, but it doesn't hurt to give us a ring, okay? Sheila, what is on 1-800-339-9834? All right, finally remembered something. All right, so anybody who has a problem, whether it's, trying to get onto Medicaid, Medicare. Does anybody know what's going on in Washington with regard to Medicaid? Are you aware of it? Anyone know? My Republican colleagues want to cut Medicaid by about $1 trillion over a 10-year period. So if you think you have problems today, multiply that manyfold.
Yeah. Well, I don't have Medicaid, but I have that Green Mountain Care.
Yeah.
And, well, my price is $20 a month for them to help me with my prescriptions.
How does that work?
Well, I pay them $20 a month, and if it's over a certain amount, they'll kick in and help pay for what's left.
All right, let's talk about prescriptions. Are people having problems with the high cost of prescription drugs or not? All right, you got it covered? Who's covering it? Medicaid?
Silver script.
Yeah.
And Medicare.
United Healthcare.
So most people
Yes.
here, we fill out the V-Farm form, right?
Yes.
When people get the V-Farm form, we fill out those forms. And so
Yeah.
that's a program through Medicaid that helps to supplement
Yes.
the Part D coverage.
That's what,
But we don't know that because it's called something else. So it's called the V-Farm, but it
Yes.
is part of
That's
Medicaid.
what I
And
have, yes.
so it does help a lot.
yes. it
See, I
does.
want to give you, I just want to say one thing here.
That's
When you turn on the television, you're going to hear folks getting up there say, government is terrible, government can't do anything, we got to cut this, and we got to cut that. What Christine has just told you is that I suspect virtually all of you are on strong government health care programs, which you like.
yes.
All right, and there are folks who want to cut those programs. So when you hear people getting on television telling you how terrible all of these things are, what they're talking about are making cuts to Medicare, making cuts to Medicaid, even making cuts to Social Security. Okay? That's the fight. So you turn on the television, I know everybody thinks that what goes on in Washington is totally crazy. Why are they shutting down the government? All this stuff. A lot of this stuff has to do with whether we are going to adequately fund the needs of senior citizens. We're going to make Medicare strong,
Yes.
make it easier for people to get onto Medicaid, lower the cost of prescription drugs. I just came from a Head Start center here in Brattleboro. Okay, making sure that the little kids can have good quality early childhood education, that our schools are strong. That is what these fights are about. They're not just, people yelling and screaming for the sake of yelling and screaming. It's whether or not we fund buildings like this, okay, or whether we give tax breaks to billionaires. That's what essentially the fight is about. Yes, ma'am.
Are you gonna run for president?
Too early to, it's a little bit too early to talk about that.
They did you wrong, real bad.
Okay, other thoughts? Anything else on people's minds? Any
Yes,
questions?
they were saying, well, my insurance through United Healthcare has been.
Going up?
It's going up. I was paying $24.50, now I'm up to $34.90. And I don't know what's gonna happen with, I've already been approved for my D-Farm until the 2019. But I'm awful worried about that insurance. If it goes up
Okay.
anymore, I'm not gonna be able to afford it.
Okay? We'll do our best to try to make sure that it doesn't go.
Plus, they're taking more out of now for Medicaid with Medicare because we get the raise, which
Right. I know.
wasn't all that great.
What is it, 2% this year?
I think it was, wasn't it?
2 point something?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they took it all away.
I know.
Took it all the way through the Medicare.
All right, again, I don't want to make you too nervous. There are people who think that 2% is too much and want to cut back on the formula by which,
How are we gonna eat?
well, some of them are not too worried about that.
They take the food money and they get raised and stuff.
Right?
The food stamps, they took $1 out of me, a simple
Well, they
$1.
want to cut food stamps too.
I know.
All right, so, what's going on there is a real war. They want to cut Medicare and Medicaid, Social Security, and food stamps and affordable housing. Anything that working people or people who don't have a whole lot of money need is what they want to cut. And then at the same time, they're going to give tax breaks to billionaires and greatly expand military spending. That is really what the issue is about. So when you see,
All of it just doesn't make sense.
well, I guess if you're a billionaire and you're selfish and greedy, it doesn't make sense, right? They don't care. All right. Well, I'm glad that things are working out here. I'm glad that you're all part of Christine's fan club here. All right. Well, thank you very much, and look forward. Well, we're trying to get you some funding here. Okay. Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Behind you. Thank you.
Thank you. How does it work?
Well, it works through, there's about.
No, I know how it works. Well, we're trying to get you some funding here. Okay, thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Behind you. Thank you.
How does it work?
Well, it works through, there's about.
No, I know how it works. Well, we're trying to get you some funding here. Okay, thank you all very much.
Thank